These are 15 tips to get better at sculpting in Fortnite Creative. If these tips at all help you out throughout the video, you guys should like and subscribe to my channel, because I am officially racing Cake up to 3,000 subscribers. If you guys want to help me do so, make sure you guys subscribe, because he's currently ahead of me and I really want to win this race. So just do me a favor, guys, drop a sub. I asked some creative builders some tips to give me, so shout out to all the people on screen. These are everyone who gave me the tips for these videos. And let's just move into tip 1. Alright, so when you guys are sculpting, you can actually use this barrier prop. So just place this down, place it wherever you're sculpting, and then if you go inside this barrier prop, you have to go copy these settings. So make it invisible, make base visible, it doesn't matter. You need to make it enabled during phase all, and then you just have to make sure the zone shape is on box, which is the default. And if you phase through it, it actually makes you first person, which makes it easier to sculpt your characters very accurately. And for tip number 2, this is kind of an obvious one. As you guys can see right here, I'm on flight speed 3, but for sculpting, you want to turn that all the way down to 0.5, and it just makes it a lot easier to place stuff more precisely, and it'll definitely help you guys out a lot when you're sculpting. Number 3 that I have for you guys is to use this device that's called a player reference device. This can help you get the correct proportions. Say you're sculpting Guff or something and you have the Guff skin, you can actually put on the Guff skin and the player reference device will show up as Guff, and it'll help you out a lot of sculpting Fortnite skins specifically. Alright, tip number 4 has to do something with primitives, which most people use to sculpt. As you can see, I'm going to use this circle as an example. These primitives are big, but if you do go into your inventory and pull the specific primitives into your quick bar, pull it out, it actually comes out quite smaller. And as you can see, this goes a lot smaller than what you do if you threw down the gallery. So if you're ever looking to sculpt something tinier, make sure to pull the primitives out of your quick bar. Alright, and for tip number 5, I know I said a lot of people use primitives, but you also want to use other stuff other than primitives sometimes when you're sculpting. And these prop galleries right here are great galleries to use when sculpting. As you can see, these tiny ones. The names of these galleries are on screen right now. If you guys ever want to sculpt something without using primitives, these are the best galleries that I would use. And tip number 6 is really basic, but it's the biggest tip any creative builder would give to someone. Look up reference images. And once you do look up the reference images, say you have the character in front of you, make sure you guys are thinking of what shapes you can use to build the character. And then going along that is tip number 7. You should build a skeleton for your characters. Here's an example. Say I'm building Carl from Up. I'm gonna build this quick skeleton of Carl real quick, and this is about the size I want him. And then after that, I take that skeleton and I use it to actually sculpt Carl, a more detailed and version that actually looks like Carl from Up. If you guys ever need help finding references for a character, you guys can look up 3D models on Sketchfab. This will help you see all the angles of the character, and it'll make it a lot easier to build in Fortnite. If you're not motivated to build something and you're just forcing yourself to do it, you won't have the best result. Size does not matter. Size does not matter. Size does not matter for it to be good quality. You can have this giant sculpture or you can have this tinier one, and both are really good quality. You do not need to make your sculpture bigger than what it should be. But just going on to the next tip, you need to make sure you are taking your time. Don't rush stuff, and being a perfectionist is key for sculpting. You want to make sure you have the correct proportions, such as size of the hand compared to the head, or how long arms are. Usually cartoon characters will have more exaggerated head size than a human one, so that's just something to keep in mind. And for our 13th tip, angles are everything, so make sure you place down multiple props so that way it looks good from all angles. Bruh. For example, say you're trying to sculpt a thigh. Place down the top, the bottom, and the side angles and fill the rest in. That way you're getting the right shape you need. Tip number 14, the circle trick will be your best friend. But if you don't know how to do it, I guess I'll show you real quick. Let's say you have these two walls. You can actually copy and paste them, and you just spin it in a circle, and that's the circle trick. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Obviously there's ways to fix this, but I'm not gonna get into that today. You guys can go look up Mustard Plays tutorials on how to do the circle trick better, but yeah, this is basically what the circle trick is. You make a circle. And the last tip I have for you guys is just keep practicing. Practice will make perfect. The more you sculpt, the better you will get at it. You can ask any creative builder in the community practice does make perfect. So yeah, I hope these tips help you guys. If you want more tips on anything, make sure to comment it down below. Also, make sure you use code KansasTry in your Fortnite item shop. It would mean the world. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Peace.